What is up, guys? It is me, boy Kwiz, and we are back again with another video. And today is a very special day. We knew they were going to be dropping a patch after Evo. You know, that was what they said. The May patch is coming after Evo. We didn't know that the patch notes would literally be dropping the day after Evo, because the patch notes are here. Is Tekken 8's first major balance patch. The ones we saw before were just like bug fixes, unintended behaviors, etc, etc. So we are finally getting our first major balance patch here. And I am excited to read through the patch notes. I'm filled with trepidation. I'm scared to see what will come. But before we do, it's very important to look through this as well that they dropped here on Tekken. Gradual balance adjustments will be implemented. First patch 1.04 scheduled May 8th, so that is literally next week. And then patch 1.05 scheduled in June to address the following issues. So again, I'm a fan of the roadmap. They keep giving us a roadmap. The communication is really good on this front. I'm a big fan of that. What's crazy as well, on the explore page here, you can see it says Tekken 8 update, Dragunov nerfs, Asuka buff said more. I have seen Fergus tweeting about Asuka. I've tried to stay spoiler free for most of it, but I saw some stuff for Asuka. I've heard about Steve, and I heard Dragunov and Feng have been nerfed, but I don't know the specifics. So looking forward to that. So one, some characters do not fully demonstrate the unique characteristics and strengths. This is what scared me a little bit, because I feel like we're in a stage of the game where, like, balance wise we're kind of okay, just a few characters seem to be nerfed. I don't like the idea of buffing certain characters. Some characters high combo damage or perform above the balance curve, and players are often forced to attack unilaterally, making it difficult to take advantage of defensive techniques. This third one here really shines to me because I'm a big fan of this. I've spoken many a time about how the defensive options in Tekken aren't the best, so hopefully this, you know, they're aware. Heat system might get a look at. Patch 1.04 will focus on strengthening the characters in category 1 while making adjustments to the performance of characters that fall into category 2. Characters balance not adjusted in patch 1.04 will be addressed in patch 1.05. Victor, Lily, King, Paul, Yoshimitsu, etc. So I'm interested in what that means. Does that mean these characters haven't been touched in this patch? I don't know. They'll be touched in the June patch. Who knows? But either way, got the tweet here, got the patch notes here. Let's take a look. So just so you guys can see the time zone of when the patch note. I actually won't be here when the patch goes live. I will not be in the country. If you guys don't know by now, I guess I should have made an announcement about this, but I'm going to be in Pakistan next week. So I'll be in Pakistan next week for the Bars Gauntlet. I'll be competing out there. So I guess this counts as the announcement. I don't know. But either way, I won't be here for the patch when it goes live. I'll try and do some content if I can, but I'll be away. If I have my laptop, I'll see what I can do. So new costume for the Tekken shop. Legacy costume for Lily, 1 free avatar customization, optimization of packet transmission and reception, as well as rollback processing during online matches. Who knows? Netcode improvement of the logic for detecting processing delay, displayed as red icon, so that's also when someone's PC isn't working very well. The parameter names for each item and place that's been improved for better clarity. So that's like the troublemaker stuff and stuff like that, right, in your stats. So that's cool. Improvement made to my replays and tips, allowing players to skip entrance and victory animations during replay playback. Actually a very good quality of life change. And with that, we have our notes right here. So this is what we saw in the tweet. Version 1.04 adjustments we made focusing on strengthening characters falling under category 1 mentioned above, while prioritizing the suppression of the move performance of characters falling under category 2, so you understand that. Category 2, by the way, is characters with disproportionately strong moves or high combo damage. So again, you know, this is the patch where they're like, buff some weak characters, nerf some strong characters. The characters with no adjustments to version 1.04. So Victor, Lily, King, Paul, and Yoshimitsu have no adjustments in this patch, I guess is what they're saying. And then 1.05 adjustments are planned to alleviate category 3, enhance the value of player defensive techniques by incorporating lateral movement strategies and adjustments to battle systems such as throws, heat dash, heat burst. Such a big fan of that, by the way. I think that's such a good... I think they're aware of some of the issues we have with this game, and they're saying, listen, you know, we're going to be working on those defensive strategies. Offense is too strong. Heat dash, heat burst, we understand it's strong. We're going to do so. And throws, they mentioned throws as well, so I really like that. So a lot of these right here are just like bug fixes and etc, etc. So stuff like that, you know, stage break rules not being triggered. You can't trigger a stage interaction when being down, etc, etc. The first one I've seen here is throws. So increase the input window for throw escapes when the throw is counter hit from 10 frame to 14 frame. So counter hit throws have an extra 4 frames to break them now, so they're going to be slightly easier to break. I think that's interesting. I wonder how that's going to work in theory. Sorry, how that's going to work in practice. In theory, it sounds like a good idea. Again, I'm not a huge fan of counting throws, especially while throws are homing. That's interesting. And added sound effects when throws counted to make the situation clearer, and fix an issue where certain throws moves did not replenish recoverable health when hitting. So that I like that they added the sound effect, because I've noticed a lot of people can't tell when a throw is counter hit. I notice it every single time, but some people, I've noticed it on commentary, some people don't mention it. I've noticed people were like, how did he not break that throw? And I'm like, yeah, but it's a counter hit throw, because there's the pink sparks when a throw is counter hit, opposed to when it's not. So now there's a sound effect as well, so people will know 100%. I've seen some people playing as well, and like they can't break a counter throw. They say, why couldn't I break that? And they weren't aware it was a counter hit throw. So again, that just makes it easier for people to notice. So character unique throws for aerial combo capable throws, considering their damage, we've standardized the attack start up to 14 frames across the board. That's Law's throw, Zhao Yu's waning moon, Jun and Asuka's falling rain, and then Jack's launching throw. So that is because power crushes that are -12 or more you can punish with throws, and it looks like they're saying, okay, that's a bit too strong. So if a power crush is -12 now, you cannot punish it with a throw, but if a power crush is -14, you can. So that affects Nina. She has a 14 frame power crush on block. So yeah, interesting. Oh, strong aerial tailspin's a nerf. Adjusted the increase on knockback distance of strong aerial tailspin when used 3 or more times in the same aerial combo. So that's like Feng, Nina. They have that strong aerial tailspin when they go up in the air, right? A lot of characters do have it, but some characters can make use of it more than others. Like Feng and Nina were the two that come to mind first. It was made to address situations with highly repetitive aerial combos while looping patterns were possible, as well as to balance out the advantage gained by certain characters when combining it with a reduced knockback effect from heat dash. So again, that's very much a change to Feng. And now here we get into the actual balance the character specific changes now, right? So Alyssa, we see 1 buff, 2 buffs enough, and then a change. I can't believe Alyssa's getting buffs. Down forward 1, the phenomenon where the opponent could crouch to evade subsequent high attacks after being hit by that one. Naturally has been corrected. The damage output for that's down back 2-2. So nerf the damage of down back 2-2, and then the hitbox of a Wild Center 4 has been expanded. So again, small changes here. Now Asuka during rage hold. So this one, she holds her rage out. They also balance direction, right? So based on the overall direction 1.04, adjustments were made to improve the usability of the newer elements in Tekken 8, namely Naniwa, Gusto, and Destabilizer, to expand the variety of offensive options. So Naniwa Gusto is when she has the glowing hands. So that's her install. The hitbox when intercepting an opponent's attack has been expanded to reduce instances of whiffing, so her rage out whiffs less. Okay. Forward 2+3, that's her punch Sabaki. The instance of the opponent upon successful parry has been adjusted. An instance of whiffing in certain situations has been alleviated, so it won't whiff if she gets the parry. Her running 1+2, reduce knockback distance when the opponent is blocked. Change made to trigger tornado upon counter hit. That's her running 1+2. That's the big strike that she does, right? It's the move when she's in Naniwa Gusto that they spammed a lot in the beta because of the huge chip damage it did. And then when she's in Naniwa Gusto, does less damage, but tornado is triggered upon hit or counter. So it's a normal hit launcher now. And the opponent's favor on block has been adjusted. Opponent's recovery time has been increased from 5 frames to 5 frames from +6 to +11 on block now. When the opponent is near a wall, they will now be susceptible to wall splat. So it's going to wall splat, and also as a normal hit launch when she has the Naniwa Augusta. During Destabilizer, that's her throw. So Destabilizer 2 and Destabilizer 4, that's where she grabs you and pulls you in, and it's the mid or the low. The low is now -14 instead of -18. That's a huge buff. And the frame advantage on block has been changed from -9 to -3 of the mid, reducing knockback distance when the attack is blocked, and now deals chip damage on block. So they really want you using this throw apparently. For the mix-up. So the low is now -14 instead of -18. That's quite a big change. I always felt like launch punishable for that low was a bit unforgiving, but I guess considering it's a full mix-up you have to take, I understand it. You know, you want to go for the risk. As we said, now based on the overall direction, adjustments were made to suppress the outstanding performance of certain moves. Additionally, since relying solely on low-risk posts is overly effective, the performance of such moves has been toned down while enhancing the performance of moves related to special stances. To make it easier to fight with, as you said, distinctive playstyle, further improvements to the performance of moves related to special actions are planned with the next update. So I like the changes, the way they're making the changes sound. You know, she didn't have to take risks. She was very strong, etc., etc. So Rager increased the forward movement when intercepting the opponent's attack has been increased, and even issues of whiffing. Her 1-1, the hitbox of the first movement has been reduced. And now it's now unsafe. It's now -10. I always felt like her 1-1 should have been unsafe. I always felt like it should have been. The distance from the opponent on hit or block in the second has been reduced. So less pushback on block and also -10. I like that. 2-1. Oof. The hitbox of the first attack has been reduced to make it easier to evade through side steps. The recovery time of the second attack has been increased by 4 frames. The frame rate on block has changed from -3 to -7. And the frame rate on hit has changed from -7. From +7 to +3. I like that a lot. Her 2-1. 2-1 and 1-1, I found those were so strong because once Azucena got in with her running through 2, you know, 2-1, 1-1, like you kind of just had to hold these situations. Like 2-1, there's nothing you could do if she did it right. The only option you could have done really after you did running through 2 into 2-1 was dick jab, because you ducked the 2 and tried to punish. 2-1 would clip you, and then she's +7 now. You know, I really like these changes to 2-1 and 1-1. Down forward 1-4-1. The input window of the second has been reduced, preventing delays of its execution. So does that mean she can't delay down forward 1-4 now? The damage for the second has been decreased from 17 to 13, so less damage. The hitbox of the second attack has been reduced to make it easier to evade through side steps. The duration of the attack of the hitbox of the third attack have been adjusted to make it less likely to hit opponents behind you. So you can't delay down forward 1-4 from what it looks like. It does less damage. Hitbox has been nerfed, and the duration of the third hit of the... So if she does down forward 1-4-1, the last hit being the counter hit launcher, if you side walk around her, you can't get... I guess there was an instance where she did that, you would get count hit because the hitbox was insane by accident, right? Her down back 3 does more damage, down back 4 does less damage. Back 1-1, the tracking ability of the second has been enhanced on hit or block. The adjustment aims to make it instant of the attack whiffing partway through. Forward 4, the combo damage. Forward 4, the combo damage scaling after hit has been adjusted to 70%. Running through 2 on hit or block, the damage of the second attack has been changed from 27 to 20. The frame advantage on block has been changed from +5 to +2. Running 3-2. Oof. I'm liking these Azucena nerfs a lot. They seem fair. They've touched a lot on major issues. Down for 1-4 still jails, but there's a chance you might be able to step it. I don't know. Duration of the hitbox of the second attack has been reduced to make it easier to evade through side steps. So you might be able to step it now. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm liking these Azucena nerfs a lot. And running through 2 now only +2, so you can challenge it a lot better with mashing, power crushes. And I guess because 2-1 and 1-1, they're saying the first hit you can now evade through side steps. So if she does running through 2 into 2-1 or 1, you might be able to sidewalk the option, sidestep the option. So again, it makes it you can play the game a lot more now, right? When Azucena did running through 2 before, she was in your face, +5, 2-1, 1-1. It was very autopilot. She didn't really have to think, and now Azucena has to think. And now Brian, balance direction. Based on the overall direction of 1.04, adjustments have been made to improve the usability of the new features introduced in Tekken 8, namely Heat Smash and Snake Eyes. These changes are intended to expand the range of offensive options, particularly in the heat state. So his Heat Smash does more damage, +15 on block now. The opponent's behavior on block has been altered to prevent them from hitting walls, and the attack hitbox has expanded, and the mid-air opponent's behavior has modified to reduce the occurrence of whiffing mid-combo. Seems fair. Brian's Heat Smash, I've heard, is very bad. I've seen it in action, not great. Rage Art buff, I think the same as everyone, right? And then kind of a lot of bug fixes here for like his down forward 2-3 and 3+4. 3+4 being the mid kick, the counter hit launcher. Down back 1+2 decreases distance from opponent on the first hit, so the second hit might have whiffed when you're doing it in a combo. His hatchet kick and then core circle back 4, so the mid launcher as well. Hitbox has been expanded on both. For the core circle back 4, it would whiff in a down state. That shouldn't happen anymore. And for hatchet kick, reducing the occurrence of some moves whiffing at close range. So Brian, for his 3+4-2 hold, the reversal break effect has been added, so it's no longer possible to mitigate with power crash or attack reversal. So you can't power crash Brian now if he does his guard break from the looks of things. That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess they're like, bro, you have to sidewalk. You have to. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Interestingly enough, Claudio's only change is to his 10 hit. Devil Jin, basically over direction, adjustments are made to suppress the performance of certain outstanding techniques. The tracking ability of his Heat Smash has been weakened, as had an excessively high effect on restraining opponents' actions. His adjustment necessitates the need to apply pressure to opponents when using different options when they are sidestepping. For his Heat Smash, the forward movement has been reduced and the reach has been shortened. The tracking ability against sidestep has been reduced. Move previously so again, it doesn't go as far and it doesn't track as much, so you can probably sidewalk his Heat Smash now, which I think was Devil Jin's main problem right now. Down 1+2, which is his guard break. The issue of holding would not result in counter when being attacked by the opponent has been fixed. So I don't know what that means. And all of his laser scraping options, the tracking ability of the third hit has been enhanced when landing the second attack, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. So I like these changes for Devil Jin. I think his Heat Smash was like the biggest problem he had right now. I think his Hell Sweep is still quite problematic with the range, and also it's still quite a threat back to the wall. But you know, those changes for Devil Jin, I'm a fan of those right now. And here's the big kahuna right here now, Dragunov. Facing the other direction, adjustments were made to suppress the outstanding performance of certain moves. Regarding down back 3+4, it was noted that regardless of whether the opponent was standing or in a down state, the situation after was exceptionally favorable, making it easier to use in continuation. So that's his hatchet kick. Also, combined with other low attack, it made it difficult to punish. Therefore, while preserving its characteristics such as high damage and the effects of counter, the performance was significantly toned down to consider its compatibility with other moves Dragunov possesses. Additionally, considering the overall high combo damage, the damage of moves frequently used in aerial combos has been reduced. So less damage to his standing 4 because that's a big move that's done in his combos. Forward 3-1+2. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 3 frames. The margin of block has changed from -6 to -3. Includes significant downward adjustments to performance of multiple low attacks. Considering this, changes have been made to facilitate offense using mid-high attacks. His down forward 1. You cannot crouch. The opponent could crouch to evade of subsequent high attacks after being hit by down forward 1 unnaturally quickly has been corrected. We've seen this change across the board for a lot of characters. Down forward 3+4, so that's his strong aerial tailspin move. Does less damage. Down by 3+4, the forward movement has been reduced, resulting in shorter reach, so it has less reach. Increases distance between Dragunov and the opponent upon ground and downed hits. Added 4 frames of recovery time, so it's now only +3 instead of +7. And also Dragunov's behavior on blocking to ensure that any character can punish with an aerial combo starter. So before that, from where I always think it needs to be close on block because stuff like Hwang's Wild Standing 2 could whiff. But now it looks like that's been changed. Very good change. Back 4-2-1. The downward hitbox of the first attack have been reduced. So back 4 should not hit grounded as much anymore. And 70% scaling has been applied to combat edge when the third hit is counter hit. Love that. Running 2 is now only +4 and does 26 damage instead of 30 when done with the blue sparks. And the standard one does 22 instead of 25. And his full crouch down forward 1-4 on hit. So the recovery time on the first hit has been increased by 2 frames. No change of frame rate on block. And the second hit no longer knocks down when the first hit is counter hit. Okay, that's interesting. So down for 1-4 gets enough. And now we come to Feng Wei, another character that's quite popular right now. Based on the overall direction, adjustments have been made to suppress the performance of certain standout moves. The weakening of the shockwave component during heat 3+4 makes it less effective to launch powerful attacks from long distance while in heat. His full crouch down forward 4, the reward on hit combined with the ability to significantly reduce risk on block by alternating between single and double strikes led to suppression of both risk and return. Also, considering the overall combo damage was high, the damage of move frequently used in aerial combos has been reduced. So his heat 3+4, the issue where the opponent upon blocking the attack was crouching would inadvertently get hit by a back facing 1 has been rectified. Even if the kick does not make contact with the opponent, shockwaves that shake the ground occur. However, the attack hitbox of the shockwaves has been reduced, and the recurring frames inflicted on the opponent upon getting hit by the shockwaves has been reduced by 3 frames. I think this is a good nerf so far. I'd like to see it in practice. His 1+2 is Sabaki. The input window for punch rate has been changed from 2 to 9 frames to 5 to 9 frames. So this is fair because a lot of parries in this game, in Tekken 7, a lot of that parries were 3-frame parries. That's when they started up. And they had similar active frames, but they got nerfed from 3 to 5 frames. Feng still had his. Feng hadn't been nerfed yet, and now it has been nerfed from 2 frames to 5 frames. So Feng, join the rest of us. His shoulder, the collision detection with the opponent has been adjusted, mitigating the case where the opponent's punish would not connect. So easier to punish his shoulder now. Up forward 3, that's his strong arrow tailspin, less damage. Forward 3 and back turn 3, change damage from 35 to 33. So that's the main move you use after his heat dash when you get a single hit follow-up. That was the main move you would use. Same with his while standing 1+2. The input window for his punch rate has been nerfed as well. And the full crouch down forward 4-1. When inputting up to the second hit, the recovery frames inflicted on the opponent when upon block for the first hit has been increased by 4 frames. This change ensures the opponent attempts to counter attack after blocking the first hit. They won't be hit by the second hit. So from what it seems like, if Feng does the full crouch down forward 4-1, and if you block the first hit and you try and punish, your punish will always connect up to, it says by 4 frames. So I don't know what that means. Can you do I11, I12, I13? That's something we'll just have to see in practice. And the damage has been adjusted from, so it does 10 to 15 from 13 to 10. So the first hit does more damage, but overall it does less damage. The adjustment again to give tactical benefits to using the move in ways other than always inputting both attacks. And Hwoarang has enough. And Rage Art. It was been expanded, leaving instances where the attack would miss in certain situations, don't know. And his forward 3, the latter part of the attack duration when blocked by the opponent has been adjusted to prevent certain situations where faster subsequent attacks couldn't be locked. This is fair. I knew they were going to take this out at some point. So Hwoarang had a combo he would do where he could set you up, and if you blocked his forward 3, it was actually plus 10, and he got a guaranteed 10 frame from right for forward, which should knock down into 30 damage. It's fair to take that out. I'm surprised they even knew about it. Who snitched? Who snitched? To be honest, I've been doing it quite a bit myself. So Jack 8's Gamma Howl looks like it's being buffed across the board. Back to it hits expand hitbox downwards, gonna hit lower, while sending 4 increases hitbox. Gamma Howl, the remaining time on heat timer recovers. So when Jack transitions to Gamma Howl, he gains heat back. And when instead of the opponent's attack with 3+1 Gamma Howl, the remaining heat on the timer now recovers by... So Jack can get a considerable amount of Gamma Howl back by using Gamma Howl 3+... of heats back by using Gamma Howl 3+4, what it looks like. And also restores recoverable health. Okay, this is big for Jack. Gamma Howl 1 is now safe. That's the mid-homing. To be honest, I thought it was safe for the longest time anyway. So this changes nothing. -10 to -9. I assumed it was safe. I never punished it, so it's safe now. It's now -9. Gamma Howl 2 and Gamma Charge 2. Hitbox been expanded, leaving instance of whiffing. So a lot of change for Jack there. Jin expanded the hurt box, so Jin gets hit more during his 1-2-1 and Zen 1. Oh, that's his big swiping move, the launcher. So it doesn't make shit whiff as much. So that's good. Jun, here we go. Suppress the outstanding performance of certain techniques. Additionally, techniques that used as Kazama's power were allowing for the recovery of all expended health into the recoverable health gauge, and there was no health consumption at all in heat state, which didn't appropriately balance the strength with drawbacks. Therefore, some of the health consumption has been changed to be non-recoverable. Interesting. Considering the significant damage of the spec, there are plans to enhance the performance of some techniques in the next update. So that's interesting. So her heat smash, the tracking ability of the second has been adjusted to prevent it from tracking opponents who slashed at the first hit. The amount of recoverable health recovered on block has been reduced. Instances where the move failed to hit consecutively when done from further away has been alleviated. Rage Art hitbox expanded. Heat for 1+2. The consumption of remaining heat was changed from -180 to -120, so consumes less heat. The same Sabaki punch parry buff that Asuka got as well. Down for 1-2 expands hitbox downwards. So a down for 2 expanded the hurt box, alleviating a situation where certain attacks would whiff. So Jun's down for 2 now crushes less. She actually had an option to select against Azucena's forward 4. If Azucena did forward 4 and into any follow-up, her down for 2 would always be a punish. It would always be a punish, even on forward 4-4, because it would go under the high. So nice changes for Jun across the board. Kazuya, down forward 3-2-1 and down forward 3-2-1 hold. The hitbox has been adjusted to alleviate instance of hitting targets in areas other than the front. So if you tried to sidewalk and he did the full charge, it went boom. It might have hit you from behind. Down forward 3+4, that's his wall combo ender. Fix the issue where down forward 3+4 1 could hit consecutively in certain situations have been fixed. So a bug fix. And his forward 2, the hitbox has been expanded downwards, leaving instance of whiffing it for certain moves. So forward 2 and his while setting 2, so less crush. It's not going to get crushed as much. And his hell sweep, the tracking ability of the second is enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. So if Kazuya does hell sweep, the second hit should not whiff as much. King's heat smash does less damage, 4 points less damage. Anything, I'll take anything at this point. Not really nerfs for King, unfortunately. And that Shining Wizard, Giant Swing, and I believe Tier 1 and Twister. The recovery amount of remaining heat time was lower than 10 when input quickly, so this was adjusted. And his low parry, he can low parry, I think, when he's doing his wave dash. So no nerfs for King, really. A pity. Kumpan have been adjusted as characters that are easy to use low attacks, but excel at dealing chip damage by leveraging their special stances. Players can compensate for their weaknesses and extinguish a recoverable health gauge created by chip damage, therefore expanding their tactical options. Considering that Pan had less usability compared to Kuma in heat state, adjustments were made to enhance performance during heat, so Pan's heat options have been buffed. So Kuma during rage, so again buffing the rage arts, attack animations, etc, etc. So Panda's heat smash is doing more damage overall. Total damage hitting the ground will be 44 to 50. So Heat Smash does more damage. Panda's that shooting star can now be executed from barrel roll. Damage does more damage. Consumption of raining heat has changed from 300. It also consumes less heat, so that's pretty good for Panda. Hunting 1+2 has been changed to a recoverable gauge extinguisher, so it has basically erased opponent's recovery gauge on hit. I think that's the throw. So the throw reduces recoverable health. Bear Sit 1 does more damage. Bear Sit 2, bug fix, and the bear roll during heat. Distance from the opponent when blocked has been reduced, so that's going to leave you closer, so that's going to be quite scary during the bear roll. Lars, so Lars, his Heat Smash now does more damage. The hurt box for the second hit when the first one whiffs has been extended downwards, so you can, if Lars whiffs it now, you should be able to punish him easier, but now does more damage. Dynamic entry 1+2, bug fix, and silent entry 2. Expanding the hurt box in a situation where certain tests will whiff, so he would go under a lot of things in silent entry 2, but now that doesn't happen anymore. Law, rage up buff like everyone else. His back 4-3 adjusts it consistently even when hitting from behind. So I guess if back 4-3 they hit behind, you could duck the second hit, but you can't do that now. And while standing 4, the combo damage scaling after count has been adjusted by 70%. I guess with his easy DSS while standing 4, that's a good enough in my opinion. Leroy, this is another character that's popular right now. People want to know what's going to be happening to Leroy. So additionally, by improving the performance of Wing Chun style rapid attacks and parrying attacks, Leroy's unique characteristics have been expanded to excel in both offense and defense. So he has a new move, so sidestep 1+2. Oh, so this is what I thought. So in when Leroy leaves Hermit, when he's in Hermit, he has a sidestep 1+2. That's a move he can do from sidestep all the time now. He doesn't have to be in Hermit to trigger it. His Heat Smash does more damage. Rage Art, same buff as everyone. He recovers heat time. So fast multi-stick such as chain. So when he does his chain punches after parry, he gets heat back. 1+2, 1+2. His Hermit 1+2 adjusted to ensure the remaining heat time does not reach 0 while performing the attacks. So if he starts doing his 1+2 rapid punches and the heat runs out, if he's already starting to do it, the heat will not fully run out until it's over, so he can still do his heat dash. I think that's a fair change. So a lot of moves, yeah, we're seeing a lot of these Leroy rapid punch move when he does his rapid punches. Our recovery time has been increased by 4 frames. We're seeing that across the board here for Leroy. So when he parries, upon successfully parrying the opponent's attack, recoverable gauge now replenishes by 3. So whenever Leroy gets a successful parry, he gets more heat back. And if he gets the perfect parry, it recovers by 5. So 3 with a regular parry, 5 with a perfect parry. The damage of the final hit of the parry, 5 points more damage. And the opponent's everyone hit has been altered to include wall stun. So I believe that's new tactics if he parries with your back to the wall. And after the perfect parry, the behavior of the opponent on hit has been altered to allow a follow-up attack, so you might get something grounded. His back 3 does more damage, +9 instead of +8. The behavior on hit has been changed to match the behavior on counter hit. What did his back 3 do on counter hit? I can't remember. I think on counter hit, didn't it give a stun for a guaranteed follow-up? I feel like I should have done this sooner, but we're here anyway. So Leroy's back 3 on counter hit does this. And if these patch notes are saying what I think they are saying, that means Leroy's back 3 on hit is going to be doing that every time. If this is what the patch notes are saying, that is going to be the buff to Leroy's back 3. I mean, it sounds strong on paper, but I guess Leroy's back 3 is a pretty slow move. I mean, a homing high that's plus on block and does, I think that makes it very strong though. You know, a homing high that's plus on block and then guarantees a heat engage when it lands on hit. It doesn't even have to be counter hit from the looks of things. But again, it looks like a lot of the buffs Leroy's is his highs, right? Like sidestep 1+2, you know, that's the sidestep 1+2, that's new, that's a high as well. So a lot of these, they're making Leroy's highs, you know, a lot stronger, right? So, you know, people are gonna be ducking against Leroy, I guess. And down for 1+2, 2, and down. So these are all parry moves. Up back 2, these are all punch to backing moves actually. The tracking rate of successful parry has been enhanced, making the occurrence of whiffing in certain situations. So that's pretty decent. And this Hermit 1+2, the forward movement has been increased. So Hermit 1+2 as well. So that's the move you saw I follow up with after back 3. That's been buffed as well. Forward movement of the first has been increased. Home speed on block has been adjusted. And the recovery frames on block have been increased. So what does that mean? Because I think it's launch on block right now. I'm kind of upset I didn't think of this from the start. Okay, so the full thing is -17. Are they saying the opponent's behavior on block has been adjusted and the recovery frames on block has been increased by? Are they saying it's going to be -10 now instead of -17? And his cane, they've tracked. This is a good buff. So basically, if the first hit hits, the second hit won't whiff. That happens sometimes. I've actually played Lee where this has happened, where you do the cane, the first hit connects, the second hit whiffs. This is a fair change. Lily's Heat Smash has issue with backface opponent, revolting block continue. I don't know what that means. And while setting 1, 2, 4, expanding the hurtbox in situations where certain attacks with whiff, so she's going to do less crushing. Pulls Heat Smash, tracking the second has been adjusted, preventing from tracking the opponent's side. If you set the first hit, the second hit shouldn't track you as much. And downfall 2, the first 2 hits to Demo Man. Tracking basically the second hit has been enhanced exclusively when the first hit connects, leading the occurrence of whiffing midway through. So if full connects the first hit Demo Man, the rest of it should not whiff. Raven's Heat Smash expanding the hurt box so Syntax don't whiff. Similar change as well to the Demo Man changes we're seeing here. The first hit connects, second hit shouldn't whiff. Reyna's Heat Smash lower the tracking ability of the first hit to prevent the second hit from tracking the opponent's step sit. And collision and tracking ability has been reduced. Rage Art, same change, and just bug fixes for here. Steve Fox, another character people are saying one of the worst in the game. Improvements techniques related to Lionheart with a focus on enhancing offense and making it easy to maintain pressure. His orbital, which serves as one of Steve's few aerial combo starting techniques, is limited reach, restricts his effectiveness. Adjustments for his forward movement has been increased to create more opportunities for initiating aerial combos. Buffed his orbital punch. Heat Smash does more damage. The Rage Up buff. Sonic Fang, which is when the opponent was reduced when the first hit is blocked. If the first hit of Sonic Fang hits, the second hit should not whiff. So all these moves are transitioning to Lionheart. So his Stomp, back 1, 2. All these moves are transitioning to Lionheart. The recovery time inflicted on the opponent has been increased by 1 frame. This change was made considering the opponent's power crush made it easy to defend against Lionheart pressure. So if Steve goes to Lionheart, you might not be able to just power crush all the options now. While setting 1, 1, the opponent could unactually crouch to evade subsequent high attacks. We've seen that buff across the board. Albatross into Peekaboo. The issue where Peekaboo was inadvertently deactivated under certain conditions has been fixed, so just bug fix. Ducking 1+2 is Massagey punches. The start of the 7th hit was adjusted to match the animation, alleviate cases where combos will whiff in certain situations. And Lionheart down. The unintended ability to transition into Peekaboo or ducking in through specific inputs has been corrected, so you can't do Lionheart to Peekaboo anymore. And Lionheart 1+2, the start of the attack has been changed from 21 to 20 frames to 18 to 19. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified to enable potential aerial combos. So nice changes to Steve from the looks of it. Nothing crazy, nothing world ending, but just nice quality of life changes, especially for his Lionheart transitions. Ling Xiao Yu. But whenever I see this balance direction thing, I get happy because, okay, we might see some big changes. So maybe big nerf time. Adjustments were made to suppress the outstanding performance of certain techniques. Xiao Yu is a character who excels in a defensive strategy, utilizing the properties of Phoenix. However, her offensive capabilities are enhanced during heat, compensating for the usually lacking offensive aspect. Nevertheless, to address issues with overall combat damage and the dominance of her hypnotism mix-up. So during heat, forward 2, 1, 2, forward 1, 2, and out forward 4. Damage has been changed, so it does less damage. The attack hitbox has been adjusted to prevent attacks from hitting opponents from behind during the Kemi, and the opponent's state when blocking has been changed from crouching to standing. During heat, back facing opponents, so her back turn Heat Smash. The alternating setting of jump station after the attack has been corrected. I wish they didn't nerf that anyway. Her up back 4 does less damage. While setting 2 and while setting 2 hold, recovery time has been reduced by 1 frame. So she starts acting 1 frame faster. Back turn 1, 2. Tracking ability after the first attack on hit or block has been enhanced to alleviate basically the attack whiffing midway through. Hip 2 consumes more heat now. And hip 3, recovery time increased by 1 thing. So I think that means it's -13 instead of -12 now, which is okay, I guess. Doesn't change anything for me, but you know. Hitbox has been expanded to make it easier to land even when high hitting attacks. So she shouldn't be crushing you as much. That's what it says here. I think that's what that says there. And a special style change. And Zafina. So Zafina should be the last character as well. This is another character as well. I've heard. I saw Chanel tweet it. He seemed very happy. So based on the overall direction of 1.04, adjustments have been made to improve the performance of moves new to Tekken 8 and expand the variety of offensive options. In particular, adjustments have been made to Tarantula Stance down forward 1 to make it more effective means of depleting the opponent's health through chip damage, aligning it with Zafina's concept of applying pressure to the opponent using Azazel's power. So Rage Art, same buff. Heat and Scarecrow Rage Heat Smash, expanding the hurt box so she shouldn't be crushing as much. 1-4. Opponent playing has been modified and the frame watch has changed from +2 to +22. What? And facilitate the offensive landing attack. The distance from the opponent has on hits has been reduced, so it leaves you close at plus 22. Maybe opponent on block is modified, decreasing distance of the opponent when the attack is blocked. Plus 2 to plus 22. I thought that has to be a mistake. Full 1+2. When hitting from the side, the connection has been corrected to hit continuously. I believe that's a heat engager that would whiff sometimes. The second it would not come out, so it does now. Down 3 is now plus 5. Additionally, the frame advantage on hitting from transition to Mantis is plus. So plus 5 if she doesn't go into Mantis stance, and plus 7 if she does go into Mantis stance. So okay, decent changes there. Running 3 should not whiff. Running 1+2 is now homing. That was the change we saw in the trailer. Is now faster. Increase the recovery frames by 3. And now plus 8 on block. Increase the hurt box to leave it certain count hits whiffing, and also Zafina's stage during attack, fixing an issue where she was immune to low attacks. So it doesn't low crush, but now homing high, that's faster, and plus 8 on block. That seems strong. Scarecrow 4, hitbox been expanded downwards, leaving the issue where it would occasionally whiff under certain circumstances, and Tarantula down forward 1. The maybe the opponent on block has been changed from minus, so instead of -7, it's now +6. To make it easy to apply pressure when the opponent blocks the attack. The distance from the opponent was reduced. The distance from the opponent has been reduced when blocked, so it leaves you closer on block. And with that, that is the entirety of the patch notes. I'm liking the direction, I'm going to be honest. I think the nerfs for characters, I think Dragunov, big that he's been nerfed. Feng, I think the Feng nerfs, all the nerfs, well, they seem fair. Dragunov's back 4, that's been a move that we've been crying about. Feng's full crouch down forward 4, that's another move we've been crying about. Ling's hip stance has been touched. I don't know if enough has been done. You know, hip 2 consumes more heat now. In general, I'm liking it across the board. I think some of these buffs, you know, so far they seem good, they seem fair. You know, Leroy and Zafina seem to be the biggest winners so far. I think only time will tell with these, right? Like, again, they seem good. I'm still reserving judgment until I see some certain things in action. You know, something could be really stupid once we see, like, Zafina could be spamming her new running movement right now, right? And that could be trouble. But yeah, so far I like what we're seeing, and they said you're in 1.05, you know, we're focusing on this as well. You want to start buffing defensive capabilities as well. So again, I'm loving the roadmap. I'm loving what they're saying about certain things. This seems good, this seems fair, it seems like they're listening, you know. I do have to say as well, so all in all, the patch notes seem very good. I'm definitely impressed. I think the overall direction does seem very good, but you know, we have to reserve judgment until, you know, we finally get the game in our hands and we see these things in action. But so far, I'm liking the direction they're going in. It seems decent. And again, I won't be here when this patch drops. I'm gonna be in Pakistan. You know, I'm gonna be living in the patch, right? I'm gonna be literally playing in the tournament on this new patch. Thankfully, no real changes to Warring that I have to worry about, or Victor, any characters that I really play. I guess there are the Feng nerfs as well. You know, another character I play, but I'll mainly be playing Warring when I'm out there anyway. So for me personally, I don't really have to worry about any changes. And you know, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what this means. You know. I think a lot of people are going to be playing Zafina a bit more now. We're going to see more Zafina, more Leroy, see what that means. Asuka, you know, a big winner as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this means for the future of the game. I'm loving the roadmap. I'm loving the consistent communication. You know, so far there's a lot to be happy about when it comes to this game. And the big, as you said, enough as well. Again, they seem fair. Thank you guys for taking time out of the day to watch this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.